Hi, Marlo Ace Reporter here. We got an election coming on Tuesday. We're going to vote for who our state rep is. You know who to vote for, and you just like vote for the person with the most signs on the side of the road. I don't know. So I thought, well, maybe we just go out and talk to who the candidates are. And so I reached out and offered to do a little interview for the I Like Marlo group and see what happened. I only had one response, and that was from Ann Cartwright, who lives in Allstead. The incumbent, John Mann, did not respond to my request, so I decided I'm going to go try it out and do an interview. Well, we're going to see what happens. Oh my gosh, what do we got here? It's a puppy dog. Hi there. What is your name? Hi, this is Clay. We're going to do an interview here with Ann Cartwright, who's the Republican candidate for the New Hampshire State House. In interest of fairness here, I did reach out to both candidates to do an interview for the I Like Marlo. You are the only one that responded, and I really appreciate that. We can sit down and talk a couple things, so I figure the voters can make up their own minds and see who they want to vote for. You were a state rep before.
Yes, in 2011, 2012.
Okay, then we lost to the incumbent, who is John Mann,
Correct.
a Democrat. And the last election, you only lost by 71 votes.
Yes,
So,
I thought it was 70, but maybe it was 71. Give or take.
See, one vote does matter. And you guys basically campaign on no money here.
Not much. We do get a few donations, which is good, but no, it's a shoestring operation.
All to make $100 a year.
You're right, $100 a year.
Do they give you a little bit of gas money to get to Concord?
Yes, we do get gas mileage.
Oh, that's good. Well, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm a wife. My husband is Joe Cartwright.
Who is videotaping for us right now. Thank you.
I have 11 grandchildren, 5 children, 11 grandchildren, and they're all getting older, and none of them live close, you know, because they never came back to this area that I got involved.
How have you been in New Hampshire?
We've been in New Hampshire for 42 years.
And what are we going to do for our kids' education here?
That's a good question. The part of the problem that I see for our public schools is that the federal government has never fully funded the special ed, which of course they were supposed to, and they have never. They've only done about 18% of the funding, and yet the drain on our school systems is tremendous, but that is not something you can handle at a state level.
Yeah.
That's the federal, and that's, you know, their promise is broken. Local control, I think, is important. I'm also for school choice for people that it would work better to be someplace else.
Right.
And to fund it enough so that people without the financial aspect of it could get some help. I think that would be good.
I've been to town meetings where they bring up the budgets of what we do around here in both the schools and everything else, and it seems like 95% of it is totally mandated and we don't have any choice over it, and the people are having hour-long squabbles over the 5% where they actually may have a choice, and then they have an influence.
A lot of it's federally mandated, which we can't control.
Well, it's
except by voting, you know, getting the right people in that maybe could do something. But there
seems to be a balance as to soliciting funds from higher levels of government and the mandates that come along with those funds.
That's right. There's always strings attached.
And
block grants would be great, so that the state received the funds in a block grant, and then it could be dealt out to the communities, and they could make the decisions.
And tell me a little bit more in the area of like business, jobs, regulations, environment, and how they all sort of come together, work against each other, and where you come in on
because jobs are our most important thing, I feel. Jobs and energy for Cheshire County, for our area, because it is dying. We need young people back, and without the jobs, good jobs, it's hard to get them back. You've got to have a way of earning a decent living.
Right.
Getting more businesses into our area is crucial.
So what do you feel is the biggest obstacle towards more businesses creating good, high-paying jobs here?
Located near good highways to our west. And so I don't think the highways are that much of a problem. I think that electric costs are a big problem because we have very high electric rates.
Yeah, we have some of the highest in the country.
Yes, and I would like to see renewable energy sources used, biomass where appropriate, even hydroelectric, because we already have the dams in some places, and
Marlow, we actually have a small power company that is powered by a dam on the river that goes through Marlow. And we also have another dam, but it spills out, and there's like a way you could probably harness a lot of that electricity. And you might be able to power the town of Marlow by some hydroelectric that's pretty much in place already.
Right, which would help reduce the electric costs.
Absolutely.
Yes, I know Marlow has been concerned because they've even lost their little local store a few years back. Really want to promote business in the
And yeah, not only business, that's a matter of convenience for a lot of people there.
Right.
We liked having that store there.
Right.
I feel about like solar energy is
Solar energy is good energy, but I'm concerned about our area for solar. I don't know that it's how effective it really is because of our climate, as you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of cloudy days. It's not Phoenix, Arizona, you know.
No, it's a lot of cloudy days. I don't know whether the solar has been really self-sustaining without the government in our area.
Yes.
Without the government subsidies.
Well, fortunately, the actual price of the solar panels have been falling a lot.
I think the water power is a better in our area.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It's a much
we're
better
not lacking
source.
on water power in this area here.
No, we're not lacking that. We are lacking sunshine for a good part of the year.
Yeah.
So, but it has its place.
That's good.
Yeah, and the biomass, I think the biomass is excellent.
So how do you feel about taxes and state, local, federal tax?
I will not vote for an income tax or a sales tax.
Okay.
I would, if we did something in a constitutional amendment type deal to help relieve the property taxes and use some other method, I could consider that. But what has happened in other states is they say, oh, your property taxes are too high. Then they say, so we're going to put in an income tax or a sales tax, whatever it is. And so the people say, okay, and your real estate taxes will go down. And that does happen for the first couple of years. And then they keep creeping up and up and up. And pretty soon you're not just paying the taxes you paid before on your property, you are also now paying for an income or a sales tax, or in lots of states, both.
Yeah.
We have high business taxes, yes, so that's a problem also.
Okay.
So do I have a perfect solution? No, no one does.
Do you feel that the states and cities should cooperate with federal authorities as far as enforcing immigration laws?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's like our homes. Do we have doors on our homes? We do. Do we want to have no doors and anyone can come in at any time without our permission? No. And that's the same thing in our country. Without doors, we do not have a country.
You part of timber industry?
We have a tree farm.
Ah, okay.
And so I'm a member of the New Hampshire, we both are, my husband and I, New Hampshire timber owners. And because we own a forest that we periodically harvest the wood off of, which also helps to give taxes. It's
I like trees, I like wood.
it's very important to the rural parts of New Hampshire, and it's especially important to the towns because the timber tax is quite substantial. The property rights,
Okay.
I think are very important for everyone who owns property. So that's important to me. All constitutional rights are important to me.
Okay.
And I read the Constitution, and I try to adhere to the constitutional rights that people should have. We were this republic that our founding fathers started was never seen before in history, and was a dramatic change in order to try and limit how overbearing a federal government could become, and it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
How do you feel about gun owners' rights?
I'm for gun owners' rights. The right to, it's constitutional, it was set up by our forefathers for security, for the country and for the individuals.
I want to just thank you for letting me in your wonderful house and meeting your wonderful puppy and your great husband who's done a great job doing our little video thing.
Well, the people of New Hampshire have a unique situation because of our large legislature, that they are very well represented, and they have direct access to people who represent them.
Like me right here.
Right, yes, it's very important. When I was in, I know that was very important, and I would have discussions, people would call me and I'd have discussions.
In New Hampshire, you can just, like I did, send an email or call your state rep or even candidate for state rep, and they will actually answer your questions. They even pick up their own phones. It's just amazing. All right, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too.